endorsement program of BAO, which started a long while ago until it culminated in the mega endorsement, had been seen to be a sign of desperation by the governor for a second term. What's your reaction to that?
I don't know who contracted that. It's from cuckoo land, when people, political cuckoo land, yes. When somebody just wakes up, dreams, and comes up with that. Let's look at it this way. So every society that came up on to say we're endorsing him, he's commanding all of them, all over Ekiti State. Men, the Ekiti that you and I know that Ekiti we don't roll like that. We don't roll like that. You know, we are not moved by money. We are people of integrity. So if all those societies across board came and said, look, we want this guy. Okay, all the governors, even those that were not in this party, every one of them, for the first time in the history of Ekiti, that all governors came together, regardless of party, to say, okay, we want this guy. I mean, let's smell the coffee. The truth of the matter is, everybody did what they were doing on their own free will, free volition, and you know, we'll see by the election whether it is true or not.
Let's look at the 6-point agenda of the government. The government speaks about industrialization, youth development and job creation. You have human capital development, agric and rural development, infrastructure and industrialization, arts, culture and tourism, good governance. These are the 6 pillars of the agenda of the government. Can we look at all these and see how much the government had fared before this endorsement?
Over 600 projects have been onboarded.
Okay.
EPMS, you can go, and it's free to all, anywhere in the world. Yes, anywhere in the world. Just log on that portal and see what we're saying.
It's called EPMS.
Yes. So the truth of the matter is this: there is no sector today that has suffered neglect. When you talk about agric, other than what Awolowo did when he ruled the Western region, this is the only government that rejigged everything back. In all the, you know, if you look at all the sectors in Ekiti State, he actually revived all those hubs back. You know, last year was a very bad agric year all over the world because of climate. But the youth that took part in the agric project of those public sector that came to partner with the government, I know millionaires because I was there when they gave them their checks for their counterpart contribution, because the government actually did uptake. This year, I was at the launch of the Onje Ekiti hub at Bashiri, where that's just a quarter of this year that has just yielded. As a technical advisor to the governor, we are 20. We have a 20 hectares farm that we have cultivated by ourselves. The government helped us to clear and also give us rebate on chemicals and all the rest. We planted cassava, planted maize. I have another one in EKSU, another set of people. These are replicated all over Ekiti State. The latest guys that are driving Mercedes now in my place in this Ekiti are young farmers who are doing cocoa, doing cashew, doing cassava, doing yams. The biggest oil money now is in agriculture. This gentleman has revived agriculture to the extent that what will happen at the end of this year will tell the people that yes, he has invested, he has done more than any governor alive in this state.
The Onje Ekiti, it is believed that the rice was actually imported one, and it was purchased by the government. Could that be
that's a life of the pit of hell. Anybody that has that kind of contraption, you see, like I said, it's time for politics. Unfortunately, in this part of the world, the brand of politics we play is that of, if I lie, I pull you down, I rise. I lie, I pull you down, I rise. But unfortunately, that's unhealthy for our climate. Like I said, the farms are there. The largest cassava farm in West Africa is in Ekiti. I don't know whether you know that. The largest cassava farm in West Africa is in Ekiti State. Agbeyewa.
Okay.
That's the largest. I've been there. You see, I work with OTSD. OTSD is not on play here because I am not representing them here. But OTSD's job is to make sure that we superintend every government action, every government act, everything the governor said, the entire mantras it's our job to make sure that it's in line with everything the governor has said. So I have gone through the length and breadth of Ekiti State, and I have seen it. What that gentleman did is a whole town that's converted into agric, with drones, with cameras, with high-profile supersonic ICT equipment, tractors, with thousands of people employed. I think that if people come and say what they say, it's because it's politics. If whoever says it should bring a proof that, okay, I have a proof. What they did was done from Ekiti land.
So the rice, who were the farmers who actually cultivated this rice you're talking about that came up at the Onje Ekiti?
Like I said, there are different farmers. There are farm hubs all across Ekiti State. So I can't pin.
Okay, that's all right. Now let's talk about Ikonderi. You are comparing the efforts of the governor with that of Awolowo in his time. Ikonderi has been not productive. People say we cannot see the milk from Ikonderi, either even in Eko town or in Ado-Ekiti or any part of Ekiti State or anywhere in Nigeria. Why is it so? Why do you still think the governor is actually reviving agriculture if Ikonderi is bringing nothing?
Well, Ikonderi is not owned by the government of Ekiti. I don't know whether you know that. It's a PPP arrangement. There's a private sector. I think there's a partnership. We only have some shares there. Okay, and that is what business is about. Government really has no business in business. And this company that I think is Promasidor, I think they're the ones that partnered with the government. I believe that if it's as bad as people are saying, that company should have folded up. It is not true. Ikonderi is doing well. If they may not have optimized, I don't know. But to say that they're not, see, when you give, if you sign a PPP arrangement, let's agree. Let's take Puff TV is doing a PPP arrangement with let's say you have one with Ekiti government to cover, maybe do something for a businessman. The government, if you have the shares, you have majority of the shares, you take the decisions. Am I correct? So if I'm going to uptake the milk as Promasidor, I'm a company. I have a company. We do milk in Nigeria. Everybody knows their milk. I think it's cowbell, and I uptake it to produce cowbell. People drink cowbell in Ekiti State. So what are we talking about? They want to see raw milk on the streets of Ekiti.
Okay, who has a major share in the Ikonderi?
I really don't have the facts. I can't speak for them at the moment. So I really don't have the facts on that.
Okay, now there was this rice pyramid that was launched during the time of the predecessor of the incumbent governor. What has happened to that also?
Unfortunately, I was not in government. I don't know anything about it. I was not even here. So I don't know.
Okay, let's go to the next. You were talking about youth. Is it youth empowerment?
Yes, I was talking about the youth involvement in agriculture.
Okay.
There's the Agbeyewa,
Okay.
that's employed thousands of our youths. There is a YSJ, that's the company that gave out millions, and I saw them. You know, now Ekiti government has even done more now. They are now building hostels in about, I think, 6 geopolitical zones to start within territorial zones, and then they want to replicate it all around the entire local governments in Ekiti State.
To encourage you to go.
Yes, so when you go there, you have places to stay, conducive, with ACs, with TV, with whatever, and then you do your work, you are paid, and at the end of the year, the government takes it to Bashiri, but they give you your share of it because it's your farm. So you are a millionaire. So, and what the governor has also done is that now, if you go to Bashiri to buy, you are buying at less the market price. So when people say all this contraption about maybe they brought it from China, they brought Bimo rice from Kaduna State, I don't know. Like I said, we need to look beyond the prism of politics and objectively look. Let's say the truth. There could be areas that we need the government to work more on this. objective criticism, very constructive, is good for every government. And this governor has said this several times. He's not afraid of that.
People of the Fountain.